Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here in my shed because I'm so excited to show you how to roast coffee beans in this little machine. This is a Sonofresco tulip roaster, and this is a commercial grade sample roaster from Sonofresco, and this is a fluid bed roaster. In case you don't know what is fluid bed roaster, it is nothing but, you can imagine a popcorn popper. You've seen my videos on how to roast in that. This is a bigger size popcorn popper, and it can roast coffee beans, and this is designed for roasting coffee beans. So it has many controls inbuilt in it, and this is the Propane model, the 20 lib that you get from Costco or from any other store. You could use that tank. This is for the home use, or you could use natural gas, but that's a different machine. You need to buy the machine for natural gas. There is also conversion kit, if I'm not mistaken. In case you buy the propane one, you could change to natural gas or vice versa. So I'm excited to show you this. So here in my shed, I've set up this, and this can roast tulips in a go. We have two buttons here. I'll show you a close-up, and today I'm going to run through the whole cycle of roasting tulip coffee beans, green coffee beans, in one go. When I say tulip roaster, this can take up to 2.4 libs, so that you get 2 libs of roasted coffee beans. As you know, the quantity of green beans will reduce as the moisture and CO2 gas escapes. The coffee beans become light. So 2.4 libs in, you should get 2 lib minimum output. So let's first have a closer look at this machine. I'll just walk through quickly, and then I'll start the roast. So that's the first thing you do. You can switch on the power and the gas, and then press the start button for 2 seconds to start. Also, what is shown here is the profile, the roast profile. You got from 1 up to 9 roast profile. So you could choose any of those, and you can program. One is the default, so I would say somewhere 5 or 6 would give you a good roast. Now everything is automatic in this, but you could manually stop whenever you reach the desired. You switch off the gas. Do not switch off the power. You switch off the gas and wait for the beans to be cooled down. And here we have the chamber, which is made of tough glass, and on top of it, this is the chaff collector, and on top of it, this is the optional. I've connected a duct so that the smoke goes out of my window. This is like a temporary connection, but it works for now. So you won't find the smoke escaping out anywhere else, but it's concentrated here. And since it is a fluid bed roaster, there'll be a big fan which will switch on and move the beans, and that fan will blow. Chaff will be collected here, and the air will be blown out through that chamber, through the duct which I connected. Now on the other side, at the front, you have this logo here, and on the other side there is nothing much other than a lever where you could pull it up so that you can take out the chaff collector and the roast chamber. So you just pull the lever up, and then you can take it off, and then leave it down so that it's closed tightly. And on this side we have the propane connector there, and the electric 110 volt connector I've connected to my propane tank from Costco. So that's basically it. So that's the duct that I connected so that the smoke will be thrown out. Now, as you know, the Sonofresco comes with this golden cup, and you have to put two of these. These are one lip each, so two of these measurement will go into the two lip roaster. So we'll take heap full of this, and I'll try to measure how much it will be. In case you're wondering the size, this is 500 grams, and this is another 500 grams, and this is 100 grams. Exactly 100 here. Now, if you don't have this golden cup, if you lose it, this is equal to a yogurt cup size. This is the yogurt we get in Canada. So 500 grams, 500, that's 1 kilo, and 100 grams in this, which is equal to 2.4 pounds or lips, and that's exactly what they recommend to use, not more than that. But more than the weight, they recommend you to use this golden cup full of beans. Two of those will go into a two lip roaster, and one of them will go to a one lip roaster. So we are going to use all these for today. Okay, so let's go to the machine. This is the African green beans. This is Uganda Okoro AA green coffee beans. So let's roast this and see in our Sonofresco. Without wasting time, let's begin our roast. So first thing, I'm going to take the chaff collector off. This is like 2-3 pieces, just a filter, and then a ring, and this is where the chaff gets collected. So I put the ring first, and this one has a little indent here, so which will lock on top of this. And then we have this, the roasting chamber, and this is where I put the green beans. So 2.4 lips of beans, it goes in here. That's a lot of beans. So let's install it back. That one sits nicely there. And then the chaff collector, you have to lift up the lever and make sure it sits properly there. So now it's sitting properly. If it doesn't sit properly, the hot air, the smoke can escape through here. We don't want that. We want even roast, so make sure it's sitting properly. And now we can begin. I should also mention that this roaster comes with an ADR software where you could monitor the roasting profile. So let me show you a close-up. So this is the ADR software, and it connects through Bluetooth, and here it shows that it's connected to my roaster, and it's currently at profile D. And I'll go through this software maybe another time, so let me first begin, and I'll come back to this maybe in a later video. Now, in order to begin, your power button is on. Make sure your gas is on. Now both buttons are on. Roast profile at 6 and press start for 2 seconds. That's it. So now you can see the green beans are getting moved. That's the sound of the gas. Boom. So now it's heating up. So at the beginning stage, as you know, the green beans are heavy, much heavier than the roasted beans. So the movement will be less. But then once the moisture is gone out of the beans, then you'll see more movements. So I'll leave it running and you guys can watch. And I can see on my graph on the ADR software that the temperature is slowly rising. Let me show you that as well. Yeah, you could see the red graph rising here. So you could hear the gas turning on and off. That's very normal and that's how it works. So in order to adjust the temperature and the curve, this machine will automatically turn off the gas so that the temperature gets low, and then turn it on automatically so that it continues to roast. So as you can see, my little exhaust duct which I made, it's working well for now. Let's have a look at the graph. Now you could see that the red line is abiding to the black line, the guided line. So when it gets when the temperature goes up, the gas switches off and then the graph will come down to that line. So that's how it works. And you could also see the current temperature of the roaster on top here. Oops, sorry. Right here, the temperature is 142. We are almost 4 minutes into the roast and it's progressing well. And I could see the beans have changed its color. It's more yellowish now. I wish there was more light here. I need to set up a bigger lamp here. So almost 155. You could see the temperature is rising slowly as it's shown in the graph. It's basically on the left axis you see the temperature, and on the x-axis you see the time. Okay, now the coffee beans have turned a bit brown, a light brown color. It's getting there. I could have done a better job in connecting the exhaust. It's better to drill a hole through this and connect it. Anyway, it works for now. So we are 6 minutes into the roast and the temperature is 175 degree centigrade. Now I'm more used to Fahrenheit. So I can hear the first crack now. So here we are at 185 degree, which is, let's see, which is 365 Fahrenheit. That's where the first crack started. And it's going through the first crack. So I'm going to stop the roaster when I stop hearing the first crack. I don't want it to go to the second crack, or at the beginning of second crack I'll switch off. So I'm pretty sure you could also hear. The color looks nice and brown. Okay, so it's showing 91 degree. So it's close to the nice medium roast. I will switch off at 210 degrees. Maybe that's more or less the number. Now the first crack almost finished, I guess. And my temperature is now 200, so I can stop anytime, and it's 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, 200 degree, 9 minutes and 40 seconds. And to switch off, all I do is switch off the gas. Okay, the color looks good. And that's the color I wanted. And the temperature is 202. And 10 minutes, 15 seconds now. Great, it's 207, 208, almost 11 minutes, and I'm going to switch off the gas because the first crack is fully done, it's settled, and I want it to be off before second crack. 11 minutes and I switched off. So the temperature is 207 degrees centigrade, which is almost 405, 406 degree Fahrenheit, and it took 11 minutes. So currently what's happening is I switched off the gas. That means the beans have started cooling using the inbuilt fan, so we don't have to transfer it to another container or another cooler to cool it down. That's another good thing about this Sonofresco. It will cool everything. Now let's have a look at the graph while the beans get cooled. So here, that's the point where I stopped, and the temperature is dropping drastically because I disconnected the gas connection. Now this shows the current temperature. As you see, it's coming down to 156, 12 minutes in total. And now this will also show me the end roast temperature where I switched off, and the time was 11 minutes 13 seconds and the temperature was 206 degree Fahrenheit, which is equal to 405, 406 or 407 degree Fahrenheit, which is a good mark to stop a medium roast. So that's how you see the graph. It started up there, we switched off at 206, and now it's dropping. It's showing you the live, and I think around 100 or 90 between there, the roaster will stop automatically. So a few more minutes for that. So I'm showing you everything so that you get a good idea on how to roast in a Sonofresco. Let's have a closer look at the beans. It's looking good, and as you notice, the chamber is full, packed with beans now, because the beans are lighter now. It has expanded, but the weight has gone less or gone down. Now the temperature is 79 degree centigrade. Now let's see how much is 100 degree Fahrenheit to centigrade. It's 37.5. So somewhere at 3740, somewhere there, it should switch off automatically, the roaster. So almost 15 minutes into this whole roast cycle, including cooling, and the temperature is 62 degree centigrade. So that's the current temperature, 56 or 58, 55, and the graph there. It's almost getting there, and the roaster should switch off any time soon. Okay, now it's below 40 degrees centigrade. Okay, and then now the temperature is 45. 16 minutes 40 seconds into the roast. Now I'm going to change this to Fahrenheit next time when I roast, because I'm more used to Fahrenheit, because I need to convert every time. So 42. So it's been cooling from 11th minute to 17th minute. So almost 6 minutes it's been cooling down, which is fairly fast. Now the temperature is 39 degrees centigrade. Almost getting there. Okay, almost 37 now. 18 minutes into the roast. Bingo, that's 38 degrees and 18 minutes and 12 seconds into the roast. Now you could switch off the power if needed. Let me show you the ADR software. Now that's the whole roast profile that I did. Went up from 30 degrees centigrade all the way up to 206 and came down to 38 degree Fahrenheit, 18 minutes. So it shows you the summary here. That's the current time, 18 minutes 12 seconds, and the current temperature is 38 degrees centigrade, which is 100 degree Fahrenheit, I guess, just an estimate. Now, like I showed you, that was the time when I switched off the gas. That's the end roast time, 11 minutes 13 seconds at 206 degree Fahrenheit. That's when I switched off. Anyway, I'll explain more about this ADR software and the graph and all the profiles on the left that you see. I'll explain all those maybe in the forthcoming video. Now I noticed the duct that I connected, I didn't seal it here, so it's almost coming off. I don't want to touch it. It must be really hot. Let's see. In fact, no, because it's been cooling down the bean, so it's not hot anymore. Now I'm going to take it out, lift the lever. This is the first thing you do, take off the chaff. And let me discard this and come back. I'll show you what is inside. You could see all the chaffs are got collected here and inside this tray. So let's discard this and come back. It's good for your garden, so you can throw it to your favorite plants. And now let's take out the beans. You don't need a glove for this. I'm just wearing it, and that's how it looks like. And this is how it looks like in outdoor lighting. It looks very uniform. I have no complaints here. That's a good medium roast. So let's have a look at the output. Now we put 1 kilo and 100 grams in, and here this is 300 each, so 3, 6, 9, 900 grams plus 183, so 1000. So 1 kilo and 86 grams output from 1 kilo 100 grams, which is not bad. So I wanted 1 kilo at least, and we got that. Now in case you're wondering how much is it in pounds, it's 2.388. That looks very close. It was 2.42 lips that I put, and we got 2.38. I don't know whether it can be that close, but anyway, I got a kilo as the output, which is what I wanted, a kilo and 83 grams. Now I'm going to recheck exactly how much I put, but anyway, you got the output. That's the data. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and you got an idea on how to roast coffee beans in a Sonofresco fluid bed roaster. Now this is an upgrade from the normal home roaster you have, because it can do like a kilo in a go or 2 lib in a go. That means those are the amount of roasted coffee beans, 1 kilo output or 2 lib output in a go, which is amazing. Now I checked the beans and it looks so uniform, and I really love the look of it because it looks huge. When I do roasting in the popcorn popper, I've noticed some of the beans are big but some are small, but when I look at this, all the beans are looking huge and chubby, so which is good. It looks good. Now I'm going to taste it and see how this tastes like. Now, oh, my little dog. Now she's a cutie pie. She's getting restless. She's a visitor, one of our friend's dog. We are babysitting her for 2 days. She likes to play with my Skittles. She saw her sleeping and she didn't like it. Anyway, have fun. Now I roasted 2 lib Colombian decaf beans last week, and it turned out to be amazing. It tastes awesome. I can feel the difference between the other home roasting methods that I did and this one. Now definitely this is a commercial standard, and you could definitely see the difference even in the taste of the beans. Now I'll do a detailed video on that ADR software, which is really amazing. You could see the live roasting graph, which shows you the temperature and the time, which is really good, so you could always verify. Also note that I forgot to show you, in the roaster itself, when you press the up and down arrow key together, it will show you the current temperature, and also when you press the power button for 2 seconds, it shows the time, the current time of the roast. So you could do, if in case you don't have the ADR software, you could always check in the machine itself, which is convenient. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe, because my channel is about coffee, roasting and other fun stuff. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. I'll be posting more videos related to coffee, so stay tuned and see you guys next time. Bye for now.